re-unplug the stupid phone. Not a call all morning or this afternoon, and I know as soon as I start doing this, that some guns are gonna ring. So I did replace the, what was it, 4 or 5 capacitors. I thought were the root cause of the trouble. Tested it, nothing to it. Same symptoms. So before I got into other things, looking at the condition of the capacitors I had already replaced, I decided that go through the whole thing. A couple of these were okay, a little low in value. All of them are leaky. One of them very terribly. It looked like a 100 ohm resistor with no capacitance at all. And that one, interestingly, was in the FM discriminator circuit. And judging from its position in that circuit, there's no way that would have worked with that capacitor in there. And I use that capacitor in quotes. So I just shotgunned them all. There's not many. I think that's 8. Yeah, 8 of them. And here they are. I tested each one just to see where in the circuit it was, why it might be causing troubles. And these are just decoupling caps. It wouldn't not, their failure mode would not have caused this symptom. So needed recapping. So that's what you got. So now what? I've already probed the coils, only those in the IF section, the IF strip, which in this case, the AM side, all of the shortwave bands are use 455 kilohertz as the IF frequency. And there's transformers for those. Also the FM, there's got one FM broadcast band on it, which has never worked. Runs on 10.7 megahertz. The IF strip is 10.7 megahertz. Because of the fact that I'm getting no radio out of this at all, I think the problem is in the IF strip. I've not really taken any voltage measurements. Oh, a few cursory ones just to see is the power getting in. Obviously it is, because we do get some response out of the speaker, although not much. So I dragged out some instruments, maybe try and trace through this thing, this beast, and find out where it's losing it. So I couldn't find any opens in any of the IF coils. Now, the reason I looked there first is because that's often what happens when you've got a radio that's been exposed to the guts of batteries. It corrodes the windings or the attachment to the terminals from the windings in these things, and you can get in it. But I didn't find any of that. Nothing looks like a short. Of course, you measure the resistance of these windings. It's often very small, especially with the FM coils, because there are so few turns of wire on them. Basic rule of thumb is if you got continuity that looks reasonably close to what the good book tells you, you're probably golden. And from what I could see, all of the coils are fine. So I'm gonna see if I can inject 455 kilohertz into the AM IF strip and see if we get anything out of it. Before I do that, let's see, let's turn his amplitude way down because I don't want him interfering. Turn him on. Oh, geez, a whiz. It always helps to have the power in. Okay, that's what we got. And it doesn't matter which band it's on, where you tune it, that's what it does. I've already established the audio amplifier section and this tone control, and all of that works. You can hear the tone working. There's couple of paper capacitors up in here associated with the volume and the tone control. Judging by what I'm seeing here, and they're working just fine. I'm not going to mess with those. What else? So let's inject some IF stuff in here. I just got a little decoupling cap, DC blocking, actually. Let's see, where are we? Let's go down the last stage before the audio. Oh, where am I at here? Gotta give it some amplitude. 454.4, close enough to 455. Okay. A little hard to see. I'm putting this. Let's see, I got a response there. Let's see, let's dial this around a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah. Circuit seems to be working. Let's go back to the second. Oh. Alright. Maybe it's not the IS strip. Oh Lord, I don't want to get into the RF and oscillator sections of this. Okay, here we are. First interesting. I'm not getting. See, I'm going right on the base. The first IF. And it's, number one, it's loading down a generator. And there's not. Right? Turn it down. Interesting. I checked all these transistors. Something ain't right. Oh gosh, I hope it's not the coil. Or coils. Alright. Let's think about this. Let's probably check some voltages around that transistor. Let's get a better idea. Oh, thank God for well put service manuals. Just got everything in here. Got the EIA part numbers for all of the Zenith numbered transistors. How sweet of them. And all the full alignment instructions. Where to probe, how. Oof, it's all good. Where are we? Some of these are upside down. Pardon me. Okay, let's see. While we're looking. First IF. Is this the one? Yeah. And okay. Gosh, it's hard to see this. I've already perused this on my huge monitor, so some of it I already know. and plus these circuits are not rocket science. It's not hard to predict what voltages should be where. So, let's put some bolts on. I'm going to turn the volume down while I do this. So, the collector of that transistor. So, am I reading that right? 470? That's on the, oh, that's on the emitter. On the wrong side. Okay. Alright, so, what's on the emitter? Oh, okay, I'm reading a little over 300 millivolts. That's not far off. This says, oh gosh, I think I hand drawn here. Let's see. That says 540 millivolts on the base of this transistor. That's where I just looked. What? On the emitter. Okay, that's this guy. 305. That's not right. That's a little low. Okay, yeah, it's calling for 320 millivolts there on the emitter. I'm getting lower than that. That's odd. Alright, so it's on the collector again. That definitely isn't right. I'm actually looking at the collector. Goes to, yeah, this coil. Okay, there's a problem. Something's off with that. And just again, look at the base. I checked these. Why shouldn't that? Warm. Alright, now I'm gonna pull that transistor out. Oh, I love it when they're socketed. That makes it so much more convenient. Set him aside. Alright. Now what? Oh, yeah, no shit. Collector voltage. It's 10.6 volts, which, with the transistor removed from its socket, does not surprise me. With it in there, it should be a little over 9 volts, 9.1 volts. So, let's see, what's the base got on it? Should be, alright, also, yep, that sounds about right, 0.826 volts, 826 millivolts on the base. And the emitter, that should be pretty much ground. Yep. Okay. There's something off with that transistor, I think. I checked this, though. Alright. Oh, maybe I could plug it. Plug one of these other ones in there, because they're all, all three transistors are the same part. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Maybe I'll do that, but not right now. I think first thing I want to do is have a look at what's going on. Maybe I missed something. Oh, these things are based. Yeah, they have 4 pins on it. One of them's a shield. Let's see. I've got my meter set on diode reading mode, which basically just displays the voltage drop across a forward biased diode. Okay, let's see, emitter collector 2.1 1.16 volts. That does not, in that polarity, does not seem wrong. And here it should be open. Yeah, emitter collector the other way around. That looks good. Alright. Let's see, collector base. Right. Collector base forward. Good. Alright. Shit. This is so far checking just fine. Let's, emitter base. And emitter base. Well, these germaniums are odd anyway because they have these leakages, but that's typical. What am I doing here? Try maybe. Alright, that looks good. That looks right. Well, what the hell is that? Huh? Am I looking at this right? Oh. Oh, come on, that can't be. I'm getting 25 millivolts drop between the collector of this transistor and the shield. Well, that can't work. How the hell is that? What the hell? I got to be reading this wrong. Let me look at one of these other ones. They're all the same. Well, I hope I don't break anything. Getting this out here. Okay, so that's the suspected one. It's between open circuit both ways. Yep. I believe that's going to be, if not the problem, a problem. I'll put this second one back in. Oh, I do not want to break anything. Little tight quarters in there. There we go. So, how the shield lead on these, like I said, they have 4 leads, base emitter collector as any other transistor. But this one here in the middle is connected to the case and usually is tied to chassis, and I can see in here the back of the socket, and it is. And it shows it in the drawing. Let's see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, shows a dotted line ground going to the case of that. In this one, and this one, and this one. Most of them, except for the audio transistors, had 4 leads with that shield. And it looks like, you know, I can hardly believe this. There's some way, internally, I hope internal. Could it be a solder bug? External? Let's try that again. Alright, shield and... Well, it's for all intents and purposes dead short. How the hell does that happen? Well, what to do? Doesn't really need the shield to function. I think the problem, I'm sure the problem with that short in there, that means the collector's grounded. Well, that's not going to work. So if I clip off that shield lead so that it is not grounding the case, and the case is connected to the collector anyhow, who cares? This transistor might work. These are hard to find. You can get replacements for the modern, well, more modern replacements for them, but I've had mixed results doing that. Sometimes it works okay, sometimes it works well, sometimes it just don't work at all. Subtle differences in them, other than the typical stuff you look at, gain and things, voltage ratings. What to do? I think I am. I can't use this in this condition. If I clip that lead off, maybe I can use it. Maybe. I hate bending them over. These headers are glass, and you start bending these wires around up close like that, you run the risk of cracking it, and then it's not long before it's all over for it. Debating. Well, the thing's not much use anyway, so I'll double check. I can't hardly believe that's what. Very consistent. And look at these in circuit here. Let's see. Choose the collector, measuring diode drops. It looks right. Yep. A little different in circuit, but you know, the basic. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll get the same thing looking at this socket. Yep. See if it. Yeah, got the transistor out of there. Didn't do much of anything. Or I could just skip over that stage. I bet it could. Yeah, but I already know what the problem is in here, and it's this. Alright, I'm going for the gold here. Enough fiddling around. This damn thing's goner with this lead on it. Off it comes. Alright, no more shield for you. Power out. And transistor in. See what she does. Oh, damn it, if that doesn't sound like a radio. Oh, probably turn the volume down. There it is. And I've got, you know, frequency counter here causing interference. This camera does. Its power supply does. Even this meter here probably does. So, it does not surprise me. It is making a whole crap load. I don't even know what band it's on right now. But yeah, that transistor's working. But somehow, the collector got shorted to the case. Manufacturing defect? Was it too far over to the side? Did he get whacked or dropped? How the hell does that happen? I mean, I've had some weird stuff with these older transistors, particularly these germaniums, before. That's that's strange. Let's see what else. Obviously, I do have the antennas hooked. Sounds like a radio. On one of the short waves. Let's see what. I'll scroll away the end of the dial. Okay, that's holy.
Conveniently located at 700 West Market Street Road.
That's the FM band, which, near as I can recall, never worked on this since I've had it. Seems to be working. That's a good sign. Interesting song.
New York's classic hits, 98.5 The Peak. Do that. Turn up the radio from Autograph and Journey with Lights before that. It's a Peak of Traffic brought to you by Hanover Honda. Your Fox 45 Weather Authority update. Beautiful today. Blue skies, sunshine, a high of 75. From the home of the ALDS champion.
That's long waves. That sounds about normal for long waves during the day. AM broadcast. Sounds like it's 15, although, am I really working? I'm not sure.
Professionalism of over 75 years, combined expert experience.
Seems a little weak.
The place for you. For haircuts, for a straight razor shave, for a relaxing grooming experience, for the best of the best in the business, visit or call Iaconos at 854-8258.
There's another small issue with it. So that should be really kicking. Not what I would expect at the short wave. What have I got here?
2 weeks in a row. Last weekend, this weekend, ACL. Hip-hop, all of it, huge music festival. And all these international flights coming in, and it's just ridiculous.
That guy.
I think
It's working now. Way better than I had been. Geez Liz, I'm really happy about the FM band.
raise a little hell on Sunday.
That's working well. Obviously, pretty good health.
Watch the man, Arliss Thomas from Hanover Nissan, throw some pitches.
Buried after you.
Plenty of selectivity there. We'll go back to the AM broadcast then. I'm not sure. Standard broadcast. Oh, you know, I could be getting so much interference from these meters that it's swamping. You know, let's turn some stuff off here. Yeah, could be the camera. It seems awfully odd.
Six more.
That could be because that... Oh, you know what? I think it's because... Yeah, alright. Crap. Okay, the transistor appears to be working, but for some reason, on the AM broadcast band, when the IF is, the part of the IF is the 455 kilohertz, that's the side it's using. It's weak. And the first AMIF is not shielded. Further, the collector's attached to it. And that is sure as heck gonna... There's a reason why they use these shielded transistors, and I'm thinking, especially in this position and a few of these others, that it's breaking into oscillation at 455 kilohertz, which, it's just going to swap the thing, and the automatic gain control voltage is just going to go to hell, which, yeah. I could move that to a different position. I hate to do that. I think the locations of those are keeping this in their original sockets, even though it varies very small amounts. The electrocapacitances and other things can affect the tuning some, and if I can help it, I'd rather not swap those around. The ones that are in their factory and in the spots that the factory put them in and the radio was tuned to. I have had some luck swapping things around like that, especially if I'm dealing with having to buy NTE replacement transistors, things like that. But I don't want to do that. Ideally, I do have, I'll have to look. I've got a rather significant collection of old transistors from radio sections. I have to look through my stash and see if maybe I have one that still works. I think I'm going to do that first before I do anything else. Off, unplugged, shut down